Strong man, fucking half rep ranges, quarter squatting. Oh yeah. Are you gonna breathe in and out underwater? I hope you don't. Probably fucking drown.
Two guys, one bench. Shit talking, strength sports, combat sports. Game over.
What's up, everybody? Welcome to Two Guys, One Bench,
where we talk a lot of shit.
And we're gonna drop some truth bombs on your bitch ass.
Alright guys, before we kick it off with our rants of the week, don't forget to like, share, subscribe, and leave a comment in the bottom.
Definitely helps us out, and we'd love to hear from you.
Rant of the week. We're about to pop some caps.
Alright, for our rants of the week, Russ is going to kick it off for us. What do you got for us, Russ?
Well, my rant is people that are living in this fantastical, kind of futuristic, next week, next day fucking scenario where everything in their life is, oh yeah, I'll do that next week. Well, I'll start up next week, next month. Let's start up in September. September will be better. October. And shut the fuck up. Your problem is you can't commit to shit and you're procrastinating, and what you really need to do is jump into it. Darrell?
So the way I see this is I obviously can't stand procrastination with people. I'm guilty of it at times. I try and fix it as best I can, but especially when you're depending on someone else and then you keep putting something off, like let's say I'm going to come train with you, and I say, oh, I'll be there at 7, and then, 8. Okay, today actually doesn't work. I'll do it next week, blah, blah, blah. And you keep keeping someone else's time in your back pocket. What this shows to me is a lack of respect for that person and their time, because you don't give a fuck about them because you're willing to just do whatever with their time, regardless if they had other obligations they had to tend to. So it just shows a lack of respect for another person.
Yeah, definitely, as a trainer, it's like people will, the common thing is like, oh, I need to get in shape before I get in shape to come see you. It's like, no, you don't need to do that. That means you won't come at all. So what you need to do is stop being a pussy and show up and go through those hard days, those hard first few practices that suck balls. You're more tired than usual, and you're going to be way better off. So quit putting off your destiny, motherfuckers.
All right, and for my rant of the week, what I want to talk about is virtue signaling. The term might seem familiar, but you can't think to your head of an example. Oh, you've seen it all throughout social media, on Instagram, on YouTube, on Facebook if you still fucking use it. But these are the people out there that make you think they're better than you because they do X thing. Whether that's being vegan because you eat meat, whether that's being vaccinated because you're unvaccinated. Stop telling people what the fuck to do with their lives. Let them live it however they want. We may have advice for people. You can tell them and try and hopefully guide them in a direction, but if they don't do it, that doesn't make them a worse person than you. So if you're unvaccinated, I'm vaccinated, I'm not instantly a better person than you because I choose to be a guinea pig and you don't. Our reasons for doing so can be completely different. It's not morally wrong or right to be on one side of the fence or the other. This goes to fucking veganism. Because I choose to eat meat, I'm a bad person. It's like, no, because I fucking love bacon. And it applies to a lot of things out there. Russ?
Definitely, Darrell. I know you definitely don't like pork chops. Tried to offer you a few of those, but yeah. Anyways, yeah. I mean, there's people that are out there. It's like their point of view is more important than yours, and if you think the opposite of them, then you're fucking absurd. I mean, it goes all the way into anything in life. Let's say religion. I mean, if I choose not to believe that there's a holy man in the clouds looking down on me and judging everything I do, and then when I die, I may or may not get into heaven. Well, that's my choice. You choose to believe that, put on your magic underwear, whatever you do to get to where you want to be. That's fine. I let you do that. You let me be who I want to be.
Something just ain't right. There's definitely some fuckery afoot.
Okay, everybody, some more fuckery afoot. What's going on, Darrell?
So as a lot of you know, this past weekend, there was the Deadlift World Championships.
Yeah.
And there was everybody going for that 505 kilo deadlift to break the all-time world record held by Hafthor Bjornsson, not Eddie Hall. So there was a lot of strong deadlifters. Unfortunately, the main guy everyone thought would do it got injured before. There were some that couldn't make it because of visas. But nonetheless, there were some really great pullers. So no one broke the 505 kilo deadlift, and Giants Live like to congratulate everyone on amazing performance, but then like to say, acknowledge that the world record is still held by Eddie Hall. Well, we all know this is absolute bullshit. Just because you got your feelings hurt and Thor won't return your calls doesn't mean he's not the world record holder. Everyone in the world knows who has the biggest deadlift of all time, and it's Thor. I realize you're sucking off Eddie Hall, and you gotta boost his ego as much as possible, having him there at the shows to show UK dominance, but it's fucking ridiculous.
Thor, if you go back and watch the footage of him, first of all, he just beat the record by 1 kilo, which was a badass move to say, fuck you, I beat it by 2.2 pounds. But not only that, I mean, he looked like he could have doubled or tripled that and definitely done maybe even 10 kilos. God knows more. But he said, fuck it. He beat the record. And you see these other guys now, they're just looking like they're struggling. Some of these assholes are doing the strong man. Fucking do. That's not a clean deadlift. Thor was just like powerlifting level clean deadlift. And yeah, it just goes to show that these British motherfuckers are trying to run their own show and not, giving the record to Thor, but they'll probably still consider, the Tom Stoltman's record, even though that was done in isolation in a remote location. That's okay. But yeah, some fuckery afoot, and I like it.
Quit being a fake fuck. Hard truths. You can't handle the truth.
All right, we're going to bring a hard truth to you, something that a lot of you probably don't want to believe, but you like to in your own time. If you're below average and natural, you're going to be below average and unnatural with PEDs. It's just that simple. It's not as simple as taking a needle and becoming elite. It doesn't happen that way. You still have to put in the work. How do we know this? Well, you can look at sports, and I know you can look at sports and think, oh, well, everybody's on gear. Well, it's not everybody. You can assume some people are on some shit, but at a certain point, you have to put in the work and do it. You can see it in powerlifting. There are plenty of people who are in untested feds, which all the power to them. They have dog shit totals and smaller than a lot of people in tested feds. And I know you're going to say, well, those tested guys aren't really tested. Well, let's just give them the benefit of the doubt for right now. I'm not talking the top guys, I'm just talking the middle ones. Because not everyone's going to be on gear for a sport that gives you $2 trophies. At the end of the day, what's going to make up a big difference in your totals is your hard work. Your genetics are going to play a huge fucking factor in it, and discipline. If you can't follow a program, it does not matter how fucking gifted you are, you're going to go nowhere. It doesn't matter the sport, no matter all the gifts you have. You can be weak as fuck and useless if you're just undisciplined. Russ?
I mean, definitely, you see guys out there, you would be shocked to know how many guys are jamming needles, popping D-balls, taking SARMs, fucking rat fucking tested shit in your average gym. And I've heard the argument like, oh, there's no money in, just working out. Why would anybody do that? I'd say about, more than 56% of the douchebags in the gym are on some kind of shit that would pop on a normal drug test. And how average are they on their lifts and what they can do in the gym? Pretty fucking average. I mean, I took pride in being the strongest guy at my last gym. It was a box gym, but there was guys coming in there with fucking Trembolone fucking garden hoses popping out of their fucking veins and their arms. And I was like, all right, let's see what you got. And, they're doing half rep ranges, quarter squat, and this one guy said, oh, I'm probably the strongest guy in here. And I'm like, yeah, right, homie. You look like a fucking red version of Shrek, big dumb looking motherfucker.
And with that being said, Russ isn't saying that to say, oh, just being natural is better than being untested. If you want to go that route, fucking go for it. Yeah. There's a lot of people out there that think they could be the next fucking Jamal Browner if they took steroids. Newsflash, you fucking couldn't, because he pulled 800 when he was still in the IPF. Just like a lot of these guys. You think you could be John Hack? You probably couldn't fucking be John Hack. You couldn't be Dan Bell. These guys are genetic freaks regardless, and they just go the untested route. And that's why they're the best in the world, because you mix genetics with the supplements, you're going to get unreal fucking things. But even something like mixed martial arts and boxing, we got GSP's old coach. What was his name?
Faraz Sahabi. Faraz Sahabi.
Yeah, this fucking guy, the same guy who doesn't believe in weight training, but yet has his prime athlete is jacked out of his fucking mind and natural. He goes on the record and talks about the upcoming Woodley and Jake Paul boxing match. And he says because he believes, since there's no drug testing, that Paul will definitely be on PEDs and he'll win the fight because of it. Well, there's a lot of factors to bring in. One, you've got to assume Woodley is a dog shit fighter. Because if you're just saying it's as easy as inject and win, then everybody would.
Definitely. I mean, yeah, Woodley, and not to say that, but Woodley goes way back to the Strikeforce days where, testing was non-existent, and he looked like a fucking Greek god back then. Not so much, as of recent, and guess what's happening? He's getting beat a lot. So, who's to say? We're always interested in, PEDs and whatnot, and don't think that Darrell and I, in the back of our heads, at least for me, I'm like, fuck, what would it be like if I got on some shit? I think I'd be able to take over. But then I also have in the back of my head maybe I'll grow some bitch tits. And I've seen some gynoplasty fucking surgeries recently where they're pulling out fucking giant tits out of the guys. And I say, that might not be worth it. And not only that, you're risking your life. So I commend guys that are trying to do juice just to be a little bit better and look better in the gym, whatever. If that's what you're willing to risk your life in order to look the way you do, then hey, more power to you.
Technique of the week.
All right, buddy. So, technique of the week. Sometimes the smaller details are important. And as a personal trainer as well, clients that, aren't used to lifting, or even advanced people need a reminder every now and then about how to breathe properly for a lift and how to properly brace. Okay, so number one, you should always have a routine for your squat or your deadlift or bench or overhead press, whatever it may be. Have a set routine in the back of your head what you're gonna do, right? But a big thing that I think people forget to do is you get set up, boom, locking myself in, good. Now, right before I'm about to unrack, I wanna treat it as if I'm lifting the lift, right? Why? Because if you don't do that, it's gonna feel like a million fucking pounds, rather than, holy shit. Okay, now that I'm here, ready to lift, deep breath all the way into my belly. Now, as you saw, I took a giant breath into my belly and held it all the way down and up. I let the breath out at the top. So imagine, I like to say that, imagine this bar is water level. You're going swimming. Are you gonna breathe in and out underwater? I hope you don't, because you'll probably fucking drown. And that's the same thing with your squat. You're gonna drown if you don't breathe properly, and you're gonna have a shitty squat. So take that to note.
All I want to do is kind of just add on to what Russ was talking about. When you're saying lift the lift, for people at home, if you noticed his stance, he was getting ready as if he was going to squat right there on the spot. Obviously, he couldn't because of the J-hooks, but you're getting ready as if you're going to squat. So he's standing up tall. A lot of people are too lackadaisical and they're just like, oh, stand up and walk back. He's getting ready as if he's doing the squat right there, and then he's walking back and setting up again. So he's setting himself up for success before he does it. And then when he's saying breathe into the belly, I know some of you out there just breathe into your belly and you're just trying to stick your stomach out as far as you can and wondering what the fuck's going on. He's breathing in. When he says breathing in his belly, he's breathing out here. He's breathing out through the back. It's like 360-degree breathing. You're trying to brace everything as solid and big as possible, like a puffer fish. That's pretty much what you're doing. It's not the greatest visual at times, especially when you're recording from the side, but It is what it is. And in terms of the setup, he's right. Just get something that's easy and you can replicate it over and over and over. You don't need one of these long, ridiculous setups that you can't replicate because you only got a minute if you compete.
Definitely, and those things all go for all of your lifts. You know, squat, bench, dead. Bracing, breathing is so important. I've had people set PRs in the gym on the first day with me just by showing them how to breathe properly, how to brace. Changes the dynamic. One little, you've probably heard it before, maybe not, but I always explain to people, imagine a can of Coke or whatever. On its own, it's pressurized, it's very, very strong. I could stand on it, jump on it, no problem. Once you crack that fucking lid, then the sides are weak and that thing will crush. Same thing with the pressure you're building in your torso, right? So imagine your mouth is the cap getting cracked. So you want to keep that breath in and keep that lift nice and strong, and it'll take you way further as a lifter if you start focusing on your breathing more.
All right, guys, hope you enjoyed our episode. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to the channel. Drop us a comment down low and tell us what your favorite part was.
Definitely. And we'd like to thank our sponsors. Right now I got Bridge City brand on. Misfits got some awesome shorts. I love these. I wear them on the daily. But look, we got some new knee sleeves. These are the Resolute new neoprene sleeves. I just first time trying them. They feel great. Very similar to what a Titan Yellow Jacket would be. But guess what? Price is right. $45. I can't believe that. So I got two. An extra pair for my ridiculously dumb looking giant arms. So I got this a little looser just so I can slide it on. I don't need a team to throw it on me. But you probably noticed that when you're squatting a lot, getting ready for a meet, your elbows get banged up big time. So when you're benching and you're squatting, throw a set of these on and you keep them warm. And we also want to thank Scalp Tech for all you bald fuckers out there. Not me, Darrell. I think it's almost time for him to go get that fade. What do you think, Darrell?
Get it down to the eyebrows.
Right down to here. And maybe get that dumb heart like fucking Drake. And don't forget to also get that Boost CBD for your fucking injuries and all your nagging things. And, you know, they have a vape pen. You can puff on that thing and be the coolest guy at the party. A dish! All right, guys, eating's important, so don't forget to eat big.
Train hard.
And always be fight ready!